All right, welcome to Love Them Knives. LTK here. What are we talking about today? Well, you know because you looked at the title, didn't you? Didn't you? Told you not to do that until I announced what I was talking about. TS37. And this is a night morning design. And if you don't know the difference between night and morning, you keep making fun of night and morning, but you know, they both go together. And then there's an afternoon and kind of an evening thing. And in any case, I don't know about it either. But I know one thing. Night morning designs are not just happening with TwoSun knives. There's other knives that I've seen on, at least one, on DHgate or AliExpress that is a night morning design, but it's not a TwoSun. So there you go. He's so classy. He's cheating on TwoSun by stepping out. Whatever. In any case, if you go on Instagram, you get to see his designs. I swear to God, you cannot keep up with this guy, whoever this designer is, because, I mean, there's a knife. I don't know if he can just dream it and then transfer the dream to a hard drive and it just punches a knife out. Because I swear to God, there's like a knife coming out every, 3 or 4 days? Just check his Instagram. It's just insane. Not just TwoSun knives, but night morning design Instagram. And it will drive you completely crazy. You'll see some incredible designs, and it's not long after he kind of shows them off on his Instagram that they become reality. And I can't keep up, and they're selling these knives on eBay, and that's kind of where to get them. At first, when they come to up on sale and they're a brand new model, they tend to get pretty high bids because a lot of people love these knives and they want the newest one, blah, blah, blah. Probably collecting them, probably a lot of people collecting them. So in any case, after it's been around for a month or so, you might be able to snag one. A lot of times the auctions end more on China time than your time, so it's more like 1 or 2 in the morning sometimes when some of these go down. So that may be the opportunity you get. Okay, we talked about buying them enough. This is an interesting design. This, when I looked at this one online, and this is a knife that was sent to me by my buddy Mike in Tampa. It's going on my table sale, which will have already happened, done and gone by the time this video is posted, unfortunately. But they make this knife not only in a D2 steel, but in an M390. But this is an interesting knife. I jokingly refer to this as the night morning's concept of a Decepticon. I mean, there are more frame and subframe parts in here and other parts that I was thinking about taking it apart, and then I go, it's not my knife. And it's going on a sale, and what if I take it apart and then things go badly? This would not be good. In any case, so I will show you a picture of this knife disassembled, which is also available on eBay with the listing of the knife. Now, they make this in M390 and or D2, and I think the one I printed out, I couldn't find one in D2, but I found one in M390, so it's the same except for the steel type of steel on the blade. You got a cutaway here, which I don't know is helpful in any way. I mean, it's definitely not finger flick or, thumb, not for me at least. And the detent's pretty strong, so as far as being able to flick, use that opening there. So design cue, it's nice. These are usually pretty sharp right out of the box. Hold on, let me take an already pre-cut piece of paper and cut it again. Yeah, they're usually pretty sharp right out of the box, which is really cool. I guess there's a lot of reviewers that won't review TwoSun knives because they're not being distributed in the United States, so therefore they don't exist somehow. They're hiding. I don't know. I don't get it. There are others that will review these knives, and I think it's important because they're selling thousands of them, literally thousands of them. So somebody's buying them, and somebody may be combing through YouTube looking for a review, maybe one in English. So here we are, Titanium and D2, which is their song, you know, although they're doing M390 as well. Come here, let's do this. So we've got, you know, steel. I mean, there's nothing magnetic here, but yes, these are steel. Hardware, there's nothing there. There's no screw there, dude. In any case, wow, looking at this, I mean, the one thing about this is there's complexity here. It's like now it's really a liner lock, correct? And did they skeletonize the scales? Let me see. Oh yeah, I can see. Oh yeah, never mind. It's got bearings. It's got pretty good action. Pretty reasonable detent. How good's the detent? Pretty damn good. Hold on. No. Not shaking out. Not for me. You know what? My shoulder's been giving me a problem. And you know what? I think it's because I've been testing a lot of knives for gravity flip. I'm throwing my damn shoulder out. I mean, it's almost like a rotator cuff thing, so I'm going to take it easy on that. But no. But this is probably a 5.5, I guess, on my detent scale. And usually you can shake out you might be able to shake this out. But it's going to take a pretty good snappy, you know, shot to do that. So the detent, pretty good. Not incredible, probably stronger than most of your real steel or rake, R-U-I-K-E knives and stuff, because they aren't real strong detent either, but the bearings are so good, you know, it deploys really well, pretty smoothly. And this one does too, and this really hasn't been handled much, so it's still, you know, kind of your first flip is your worst flip with a lot of these knives, I think. American or Chinese, you know, they tend to get smoother with time, and this one is getting smoother. So you got this sculpted scale here, or machined pocket clip, if my brain will work, and you know, the screw that holds it in place comes from the inside. So pretty nice there. I don't think I tried to pocket this, but it looks like it'd be real easy. It's not an overly stiff pocket clip. Yet, I mean, it looks strong enough to hang on, so I wouldn't worry about that. This tail cap piece is just weird. It's like the back end of a 52 Buick, or I don't know, whatever. It's just a big chunk of something. Oh, well, hold on. Let me show you a couple of pictures in Disassembly. Okay, so I stole these off of eBay. And the way you get a picture off of eBay is you take a picture of their picture. And then you can print it out. Yeah, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So, do these look like ceramic bearings? Yeah, they do. Of course, this is the M390 edition, but I don't think they're changing their bearings up for that. So they look like ceramic bearings, and there's, you know, these days they're putting those little rubber O-rings under the pivot screw and the pivot tube on those sides, so that's cool. And look at how many screws you got. Like, there's a million of them. There's a million of them because there's a lot of parts here. I mean, you got the tail subframe or frame, whatever. Then you got these little frame pieces coming in here. You got these two frame pieces. So these go in, then these go over, then this slides on the back, and then the tail or the pocket clip goes. I mean, it ain't the simple. I mean, it's not rocket science, but it's not super simplicity. Here's another one, just might be a little bit more interesting. showing here's the tail piece and here's one of the cross members that come in here. So kind of gives you an idea. They've taken this part out as well, showing the bearings. So yeah, what do you think? That's just a mess, isn't it? That's a mess. It's a mess. This is the M391, and it had 4 days left to go. So you ain't gonna pick one up in M390 for $36, my friend. You can always put them on your watch list and then see how they go to the end. But something in M390 like this, I'm sure they're hoping it will go over, well over $100, 110, 20, 30, I imagine. But hard to say. I mean, they let it go. This is TwoSun Knives, 15,000 transactions. Yeah, think they're selling some knives? You think? I think they are. And you know what? I hate to say this, but I'll guarantee you there's ghost bidders that they bring the bids up to a certain level and then they kind of let it go. And I think they're ghost bidding it. I think they got some other bidders that they control that bid these things up. You never see them going for like, I don't know. In any case, it just seems to me like they hit a certain price and then the people that win it actually have real buyer names. The ones that are bidding it initially, they're just like star something, star something. You know, it's weird. So, and that's technically not legal to ghost bid, but whatever. Nobody's saying anything. Specs, overall length, a little over 20 centimeters, closed length, a little over 100. So about a little over 4 inches closed. Blade thickness, pretty good, 4 millimeters supposedly. So in the weight, 110 grams, and this is the M391 ceramic ball bearings, okay? And they always say KVT. It's interesting that they do that. Any case, come on, Bertha. Get it together, will you? And 3.5, which is 90 millimeters, okay? Overall, 8 inches, which is a little over 20 centimeters. So, yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so what is the blade stock? Is it 3.8 millimeters? Are we going to turn our thing on? And it usually snaps on. Let's zero it out. Let's try this again. Okay. Well, yeah, it looks like it's about 3.8, doesn't it? Really? Are we losing it? Okay, zero out, buddy. Come on. Come on. Well, we can tolerate that kind of deviation. Yeah, 3.66, not bad. I wonder if I'm battery time on this thing. You know, hey, how thick is it? I don't know. It's nothing. Come here. 14.3 on this section. I mean, 14.9 on that section. 15 millimeters. So almost 6/10 of an inch on this section here, minus the pocket clip just right there. So 6/10 of an inch. That is fat. It's fat. This one, not so much, obviously, which is kind of a weird little deal. I mean, as far as goes, I don't know. I'm not feeling that huge step up from here to here necessarily. I wouldn't say this is, your real super practical knife in any case. This is a bit of a whimsical knife. Although the action's good, the bearings are great. It's D2 steel. Whether you feel good about that or not, that's what it is. A lot of machining, a lot of different parts assembled. Kind of cool from that mechanical standpoint. So yeah. Closed, look at that. Blade just disappears, doesn't it? No real broken lines here. You can kind of see the back of the blade a little bit, but that's not much. You've got these angles around here and curves, and it's just a mess, isn't it? Who does that? Who does those designs? And what kind of medications are they on? Because, wow. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a creative person. But, wow, I don't think this would have ever popped into my head. Look at that. Oh, I know what I was thinking. This was... Stop. Okay, so I was thinking... We're talking about medications. At least in California, it's legal now. You put your big zigzag paper, push it down there, see? And then you lick the top here, and you just roll the whole thing over and pull it out. I mean, I don't know why I was looking at that going, it looks like a roller for cigarettes or whatever. And maybe this is a multi-tool. We just didn't understand that part of it. Yeah. I'm going, why this big tail thing? And why this big U-shaped deal? And then I'm going, wonder if there's a purpose. Or maybe I need to adjust my medication. That's possible. But yeah, cool. You know, this backspacer, it's kind of nice to have one of these in here. Keeps debris and crap and stuff from impacting the blade, although you got a big open section too. And you know, I'm starting to get to where these open designs, oh, it's easy to clean and maintain, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and it's easy to accidentally jam things in there and hit the blade and nick it and do all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I'm not sure that I'm digging it. I mean, look at my Manex. Psh, closed up for business. Well, let's not talk about Spyderco. This other Manex got a lot of spacers in here, kind of can keep certain things. And then I don't know. I mean, just to me, well, let's not talk about my Benchmade either. But, you know, you got spacers along here. So, and nothing here. Nothing. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, I always get a little concerned about that. Depends if you just don't have a lot of things in your pocket or you don't set it down in an area where there's other things that could, you know, get into that area, then I guess you're okay. Sorry, just kind of hyper focused on that. So what do you think? Pivot? That's okay. On the other side? Yeah, these are all Torx, so you can grab them. This is a number 8, I believe. And, you know, I'm not sure about these, if these are a number 8 or, you know, they're starting to change up. When I'll think it's number 8 for this, number 6 for the rest, you know, it changes. Some of these are getting bigger, like number 8s or number 7s. Some of these are getting number 9, number 10 now. Not the TwoSun necessarily, but knives, as far as disassembly. So keep that in mind. And yeah, you got jimping on the flipper tab. That's good, and it's comfortable. You know, it's intuitive to grab the knife and boom. Really is. This is an easy to deploy knife. And you don't have to worry about like impairing the deployment because it's a lock bar, and so you squeeze the lock bar and then you keep the blade from being able to deploy well. Here, no, it's a liner lock. So even though you may grip it pretty hard over here, it's not going to be a problem. It'll still deploy well. So, wow, it's a good deal. If this is your design that you really are, you know, jonesing for, then yeah, would I recommend this knife? Yeah, sure I would. It's good. It works well. It's good quality materials as far as I can tell. No, I haven't taken it out in the woods. No, I haven't owned it for 5 years and resharpened it 100 times. No. So, you know, will the D2 blade, would it possibly have little chippy problems with it depending on heat treat? Sometimes they do. Depending on how heavy the cutting tasks are, what you're doing with it. I mean, that kind of goes that way for most blades anyhow. So yeah, lanyard hole, can you find it? Can you find it? So one slow rotisserie and I'm going to kick you out. But just so you get some kind, and you know what? You can always hit pause at any of these angles. Wow, I'm getting grief from, well, that I'm not showing all the angles of the knife correctly or long enough or in the right way. So let me know if it's driving you crazy that I'm not showing the knife. I'll put it on a rotisserie, play some music, and we can go down that road, whatever. I've seen some like that. All right, get out of here. And stay tuned at the same time. No, you might want to subscribe. We have giveaways and table sales, pass around group, Trader's Corner on the 10th of every month. If you want to know more about those, let me know. And I'll put the link to the TwoSun Knives store in eBay down below, so you can click on that and you can see all the different TwoSun knives that they're selling. Put them on your watch list, bid on them, do what you want. Yeah, there's some fascinating ones I would love to have. I can't afford to keep up with them. I mean, there are other brands than TwoSun, but you wouldn't think so. I mean, these things are like 2 new models every week. It's like, wow, you'd have 100 of these in a year. I swear to God. It's just crazy. It's not a bad thing. Especially if you want to collect these, it's not a bad thing. Oh, they never give you the model number, by the way, on these. So I just scribble it on here. It's like, you know, and usually on the bottom of the box too, just in case the top and the bottom come apart and whatever. So at least they're improving their packaging, huh? How about that? Slick. In any case, all right, go away, come back, and hope you enjoy our videos. Thank you so much. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so stay sharp.